Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Adeline with adejuansartdolls. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. Please hit the subscribe button and that little bell so that you don't miss any more of my videos. Like my videos and share my videos. I would appreciate that. Of course, you know we're on a mission to get to that 100 subscribers so that we can have our first giveaway. In this video, well, in the last video, we primed the kit. And I told you that I'm only going to do the head and the arm and the leg, and you do the other arm and leg off camera if you're doing this with me. Now, today we're going to be doing the underpending, undertones, not underpending, I'm sorry. The undertones. um, and this blue here that I've mixed up goes on any place where the skin is thin on the baby. So on her head, you go across her eye. You kind of make that little slide there. And then you take your sponge and you work it out. Because this is all going to be under the skin. So it's not going to, it's just going to be like a shadow kind of effect under the skin. Kind of highlights the temples. Just kind of highlights the temples, that's all. And then you put a little bit of darkness in the eye crease and across the eye because it's usually thin there. And then around the nose and down, down and around the nose. And then you kind of put some under the eyes. Just putting a little color in his skin, that's all. His, hers. Okay. And you put it right there on the side of its lips. Oh, I say his because it kind of looks like a boy to me. But you know, this kid can be either or, and a lot of kids can be either or because of the way the face is, and it really turns into a girl once the hair gets on it, or turns into a boy once the face is done. I mean, it's different things. Okay, you might want to put a little tiny bit in the ears. You might need a smaller brush. Just where you think the baby's skin is thin on the baby, that's where you would put it. Okay. And if anytime you put something on a baby, if you feel like that they need a little more, you just put a little more on it. I mean, this is your creation. This is not anybody else's. Belongs to you. So however you make your baby, well, that's how you made her. You don't have to worry about this running or going anywhere. You can just put it on there, rub it in later. Because it's not going to move, it's not going to run or anything. It's going to stay right where you put it. Yeah, just put it where I think I want some color actually. Because this is your creation. when paint is added to it, it just kind of looks like a shadow. That's all. That's all it does. Just kind of looks like a shadow. On your hands and feet, you don't really add a whole lot. It's just like I said, color. The majority of it goes on the face anyway. Yeah, let's put a little bit more up there. You want a little bit more shadow up under your arm, up under the armpit. You just want to tint the vinyl is all you're doing. If you have any powder that landed, like you have those little balls of powder, you just blow them off. Blow them off or wipe them off. This purpose of this, me blending it in, just because you don't want to see that. That will actually stain other parts of your kit, and that's not what you are trying to do. Is put blue all over the kit. You're not supposed to do that. You're not trying to do that anyway. Excuse me. Okay. See, basically that's all you do. Just hit those highlighted areas up under the in the creases, around the ankles, on the bottom of the foot, and I didn't do this one. Then I kind of look at them so I can see if they kind of look alike. This one need a little bit more in it. And you know, I'm about done with this. this is just a fast process, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and do the veins, do the veining. You just pour it on back in there. You can use it later on the next baby. Okay. Now, as far as the veins go, I use a pencil, and I don't try to go hard with the pencil. I just use a pencil and just draw my wiggly lines on there. Can you see that? Can you see that? I'm sorry. You probably can't. I can see it though. And you're just going to kind of smush them so that they don't look like they drawn on. They look like they're under the skin. Because you don't need them to be very prominent. You just need them to be under the skin. And this little pencil here is kind of a game changer. I bought mine from Amazon. It is a soft pastel. It's um it came in a kit. It came in a box with a lot of other ones, a lot of different color ones is what I'm trying to say. And I just needed the blue, so I just bought the thing for the blue. But that's all you do is you just come around. Because baby's veins are not really that big, and so you don't have to make them that big. Um, if you want to go over them and make them darker at some point, you can. I don't particularly care for them to be that dark. I just need people to know that they're there. Um, that's all I need. So I just make them thin and light. And you just make them look like a vein. And what you want to do is actually make them not be visible at the beginning and the end of a line, because you want them to look like that they came out of the skin, and then you saw it on top just like yours. You don't see where your vein actually starts or stops, and that's what you want to do with the veins on these babies. You just want to make sure that you don't see where it starts or stops. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. I felt it coming. I tried to give a warning. Unless I do it hard on my kit that you can really see the color, but then it kind of gets a little hard to blend in when I do that. So I try to keep it on the lighter side. Whew. I don't know if you all can see any of these veins that I'm putting on here, and that's fine. If you don't see them, that's fine. You don't really want them to be dark, dark anyway. And they don't have to mimic each other on each side of the legs or whatever, and arms. They don't have to mimic each other. You just put them where you want them to be. Some people like a lot of veins. Some people like a little veins. I'm not in the fan of having just a lot of veins on there. I think that that's for plenty on that leg. Um, but some people do. Some people like a lot of veins. When you doing the modeling, they shouldn't come off. The others didn't come off, or the other kits that I did, so they shouldn't come off. Let's see if I can lay this down so I can get some over there. That's on the arm, the elbow, I meant. The veins are where you want to put them. You don't want to put any on there? Don't put any on there. It's your baby. It's your creation. Some people don't put any on there. Some people don't do veining at all. I just think it looks kind of neat to see some veins go through the baby's arms and stuff. You can look at your veins and you can mimic your veins on the baby. Okay. Okay. Now this is a kind of quiet video, wasn't it? Okay. Now, the next thing that's to be done is the creasing. I am going to show you all some of the creasing, but it takes so long to do creasing. So I would suggest that once I show you how to do the creasing, that you would do them off camera, because it really takes a long time to do your creasing, because you have to, excuse me, you see all the creases in the baby's arms. You have to do all those creases. You have to do all of that around there, all in his fingers, all around his fingers. You'll see. That'll be the next video. His feet. Look at the vein. Look at the creasing in his feet. That has to be done. All of that, because it makes the baby come alive. I mean, you have creases in your arm. When you fold in your arm, it's dark. You see, when it's dark right there, and between your fingers is dark. So you have to crease all of that. Right there, it's dark. You have to crease that. See, I have veins running up the side of my fingers and around my thumb, and I have a big vein that's over my thumb here. Um, so let me see. Did I do those? His thumb's not visible. That's why it's not very prominent. I can put a little a little mark there. Not on that one at all. Okay. But the next video, it will be about creasing. And so we would do, I'll probably do the head and one of the limbs, because like I said, it takes a very long time to do creasing. And when I do these, you should be able to follow the creasing on your baby and be able to crease the body of your baby. So I think that's all for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any other videos that I've got coming up. I am doing this baby in a series, in parts rather, and I don't want you to miss any of the parts. Of course, you can always go back and look at them, but and what I did when I looked at someone's series, I went back over and over and over and over and over because I wanted to make sure that I was comprehending what I was seeing. So you can do the same thing. You don't have to. You can do your own thing, which that's preferable for you to do your own thing. But you will begin to see your baby come alive. So thank you, thank you for being here with me. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.